Hey guys, Nyan here. So today we're going to be talking about Strafe versus Flurry for Huntress, and which skill to use and why in what situation. So the quick explanation here before we get on with the video is Strafe is better for short runs, and Flurry is better for long runs. It's just that simple. Just because of how the skills are, like how vastly different they are in terms of like how they interact with crits. So yeah, let's get into it. We'll talk about Strafe first, going to Flurry. So with Strafe, it fires a single shot that's 100. It does 150% base damage, I believe, and it attacks pretty quick. It's single target. They're both single target, and it doesn't scale with crit in the same way that Flurry will, but crit obviously just doubles it. Slightly worse with on-hit effects, but more consistent and faster overall than Flurry. I feel it's the safer play. Um, when it comes to doing Eclipse 7 especially or higher, I would highly recommend using Strafe over Flurry, just because of being able to attack so much quicker for 40% more damage than a single Flurry hit would do is very important, because you want to kill, like, you need to kill wisps the moment they spawn. Those will probably be what will kill or end your Huntress runs, because Huntress has the lowest base HP in the game. So yeah, like once you get to Eclipse 7 and enemies have that 50% cooldown reduction, I feel like I kept playing with Flurry for a few days, and yeah, very often my runs would either end on like stage 2 or it just wouldn't feel that good. So I switched to Strafe, and it felt way better. So that's why you see me use Strafe all the time in Eclipse. I just think it's more consistent overall. But that doesn't mean Flurry's bad. For me personally, I think, especially because I try to end my runs as soon as possible, I generally don't get as much value out of Flurry as I do with Strafe. Now, with Flurry, again, single target, it hits 3 times instead of once. Each hit, I believe, is 100% base damage. But by the time you get the third hit off, you could have got I believe, a third hit off with Strafe. I have to time it, but so that would be about 150% more damage, right? Because 3 strafes is 150 each, and 1 flurry hit is 100% each. And strafe just attacks faster early game, so yeah, you would be killing wisps quicker. But flurry scales better with crit compared to strafe, and you might think, well, doesn't crit just double your damage? Yes, and I mean, in this case, no. Not only does it double your damage, it also doubles how many arrows you shoot in the same flurry animation. It's the only skill in the game currently that has this interaction with crits, like a separate interaction with crit. It's very good, but because of that, it has worse scaling early game. On paper, suppose it, like, theoretically you only need about 20% crits, well, 21 or 26%, I guess, because you start with 1% base. So 21 or 26% crit, about, I've been told, for Flurry to out DPS theoretically Strafe, but realistically, I mean, you'd probably need more like 51, 56. Let's just be honest. The target you want to hit with like all of those arrows and the crits probably won't be what you actually want. Like some random beetle that walks in front of you will probably take your crit at 21%, and you'll be like, yeah, sick, dude. Very satisfied. But yeah, so that's why, and also Flurry scales better with on-hit effects than Strafe, just because, like, especially when you get that crit going, you're hitting 6 times, rather than once. So yeah, I mean, it's, at the end of the day, which one should you use? I mean, it's up to you. Strafe, I do feel, is better and more consistent early game and for finishing, like going for those loop 1 Mithrixes. But if you're going for long runs, like, you're going 3 loops or more, like consistently, just because you like playing like that, I would say Flurry would be your better option. So, but I mean, both work, because I mean, the game was played before Flurry was even a thing, right? So at the end of the day, it's preference, but that's just like the main reason you see me use Strafe is because of Eclipse 7. Up to E7, I had used Flurry and I liked it, and then once that happened, I was like, oh, okay, let's go back to try Strafe, and yeah, I'm just staying with that. That's why. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys again tomorrow.